Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are starting your journey in networking and Cisco devices, this is a perfect video for you. So today I'll explain the topic Cisco CLI mode. So basically, what is Cisco CLI? Cisco CLI is nothing but it's like a command line interface in which you can operate different modes of the routers or like switches which you have, and depending on the levels whatever they have. So there are three modes. First is user executive mode, which is being used for basic monitoring like pinging any other PC or like router, a switch or interface, trace route, tracing the links and all, and then the show commands of the configs of the routers or devices. Then we have privilege executive mode, that is like a full monitoring, debugging, or like a config mode. We'll take a look in Cisco packet tracer about it. And then we have a global config mode, so in which we have a full access, like you can config the configs of the routers or switches or like any other devices. So like let's hop into the movie. And then okay, so here we have a router or a switch. So let's go inside and go to the CLI. So at the first screen which you will get is like this. Okay, and then as soon as you open the router, you will get like, would you like to enter the initial config? Just say no for the moment. Okay, so go and enter. So the moment you enter, it's the first mode is like the user executive mode. So here you'll use like the ping commands or like trace out commands. So how to guess the user executive thing? It's just by the greater than sign. So just to enter into the privilege executive mode, you need to type in enable. So as soon as you type in enable, you will get a hash string, so which is nothing but the show like the privilege executive mode symbol. So here you can see all the show commands, just like show, running, config. And then if you don't know the commands fully, it totally fine, you just hit the tab and then you see this. So just see like show and then tab, running, config. I just type tar and then tab and then enter, and then space, it shows the config of the router. So it says interface z0 has no IP address, z01 and all. Okay, and then in order to enter like config any IP address or like some other things, you just need to enter into a global config mode, which is being entered by config terminal. Okay, as soon as you hit the config terminal, you enter into the config terminal, you see the config big sign being taken over here. So just for example, we'll just enter into interface G01. Okay, we have successfully entered into G01, and then I'll type in address, IP address 192.168.1.2, the 12.1, let's say subnet of 20/24. Yeah, voila, and then you have seen. So just to skip out of the interface, use exit, and then you go one step behind. Again, if you type in exit, you come back to from global to privilege executive mode, and then if you type in exit again, you come back into user executive mode. So this is how the three levels, three modes which you see. And then just to verify my address, I'll just go in like show IP interfaces brief. Oh yeah, and then this is the thing which I have been telling you, the 12.12.1. So basically user executive mode, the show commands and all. So sorry, privilege executive mode, the show commands and all worked. So this is all for this video. And then coming back to the slide, so here it's like the three modes whichever we have. First the sorry The user executive mode, the greater than sign, it's like a limited access. You have basic monitoring thing. Privileged access mode with a hash sign, and then it's used for like monitoring, as we saw, the IP address which is being configured, and then the global config mode, which is the full access in which we have configured an IP successfully on our interface. So this is all for this video. Hope you found this video helpful. So like, share and subscribe once again on the video. Thank you.